the rotunda that's at the corner of Catalina and Torrance Boulevard. There's several pillars and posts there. It looks sort of like a Grecian or that type of a monument. It's a kind of a grand entry to Veterans Park, but if you go west to try to go into the park from that, you can't get there from here, so to speak. So I was down there one day and I went to go down through there to go to the park and realized that you run into a barrier, a fence, and then a drop-off retention wall. So the idea came to put in some stairs there to get down into the park, and then, gee, if we're gonna have some stairs, then why don't we have just a nice, beautiful plaza there for the Vets Memorial. The idea I came up with initially many years ago was sort of a monument in the center, so to speak, with a flagpole. And fortunately, our city staff member, Kwong Dang, with our engineering department, came up with the beautiful idea, which you can kind of see somewhat from this rendering. I should have brought the rendering in, but I was going to wait until February, so I wasn't totally done it. But just sort of quickly on that point, the concept now is you come into a plaza after you get into the park there through that grand entryway. That would be a circle with a pentagon within inside, and then a star within the pentagon, and pentagon being 5 corners shaped and the star 5 corners. The difference between the star and the pentagon creates 5 little diamond shapes, which we would put in like the black granite pyramids, and then put the 5 services logos on those. So that's kind of the concept, and it's, I think everybody that's seen it so far really agrees it's a beautiful concept. Now we've had council blessing in 2004, $20,000 seed money, and then we had some more money come recently, about $50,000. So now we're into fundraising into the business, and Herb and several of the other fellows on the task force, our job now is to go out and raise funds, and this is anywhere from $200,000 to $250,000 project. We understand, and we need to raise anywhere from $100,000 to $200,000, depending on what we need to raise to get this thing started and get it going. We can always raise more funds later. But one thing I wanted to kind of mention to you was this past Tuesday at Veterans Day, we were down in the park. This was actually a day or so before, and it was in the Daily Breeze, top of the page, which we were very happy about, and talking about the fundraising efforts for the memorial. I'll pass this around as well. Let's go this way. The Veterans Day itself, we had a really nice opportunity to present a bit about what the memorial is, because we were there in Veterans Park, and there were a lot of veterans and very patriotic, loyal people in the audience. So we did have a good opportunity to present, and I think it fell on good ears, because we had quite a few people come up and contribute right on the spot, and many of them took this brochure with them. And it has a contribution form in the inside of it when you get a chance. If you don't mind looking at this, as a donation form. You can send in any amount, and even with credit cards and so forth. But this tells us a little bit about the monument, a little bit about what we're doing. And for today, I just wanted to kind of give you a teaser presentation, because we want to come back in February with the rendering and actual PowerPoint presentation. Herb and his wife have been so kind as to not only design the logo, which is somewhere in here, I'm sure. Yeah, design the logo, did a lot of the promotional materials, the handouts, the different forms and letterhead, and did a terrific job with the PowerPoint presentation, which we'll bring back and do at that time. One thing I would like to encourage everybody to do, if you wouldn't mind, is in there at the bottom of the front page, it has our website. And it is a really, really nice website. I really encourage you to go visit it. You'll see a lot more about the whole process. It goes into credits for everybody from World War I, World War II, and so forth forward. It's really, really nice website. Herb worked on it. Larry Futrell from the American Legion worked on it. Pete DeBerry, he's an officer from the Navy, worked on it. So we have it's a really nice presentation. I really encourage you to go look at it. We have people on our committee from all the services. We have Marine Corps, Army, Navy, and Air Force. And we even have, through her work, a guy from the Coast Guard that's come up from the Coast Guard cutter locally, Halibut. So I think I want to kind of leave it with a little bit. I don't want to go into too much redundancy in February, but we'll come back with the rendering. We'll come back with the PowerPoint and a lot more promotional materials, but also be able to have an update at that time on our fundraising efforts to date, because right now we're just kicking off our major fundraising efforts. In fact, today at 9:30, a person from ExxonMobil is meeting me and Herb and I for that purpose. So we're going to see what we can do with them. We've got appointments with the Chevron people. We've made, well, the Daily Breeze has already contributed the flagpoles that are in front of the Daily Breeze offices because they're going to be moving. So those have been contributed by the Daily Breeze and little company Mary who bought the property. So we have in Daily Breeze, this front page article was one of their contributions, and we're meeting with them next Monday, or week after Monday, I'm sorry, and try to get more promotional stuff in them. We've got appointments coming with Anastasi. We have a whole litany of other people that we're planning to reach out to in the future, including Toyota is one on our first list. We went to 5 initially, then we're going to go to another 5 and another 5. We're trying to make it as such a matter that we send out a blanket, coverage to 50 different companies, and we'd be way behind the 8 ball to try to get out to all of them in a timely manner. So we're trying to kind of eat a whale, one bite at a time. But any and all contributions will be appreciated, whether it be a few dollars here, a few dollars there. Cans, we'll get you the illustrations and so forth. People if you know any vets or anybody in the corporate world where we could possibly reach out, would be very much appreciated. With that, I'll just leave it. If you have any questions.
Can I add one?
Certainly.
There's questions about, this is tax deductible, okay, and we're using the city's tax ID number. And like Ernie said, we want this to be a grassroots thing and everybody participate that can. We had one little boy here at Veterans Park put his quarter in and said, and dropped it in the jar, and that we appreciate that. And you really want to get this thing accomplished and get it completed. Groundbreaking we're looking for is June 30th, Memorial Day, 2009. So if you can help us in any way, we can surely appreciate it.
May 30th.
May 30th. May 30th instead of June 30th. I get anything popping in my mind here, but we'll have some updates on our brochure too, and a few other little things that we're kicking around to make it happen. I appreciate the time that you've given us today.
Hopefully in February we can all take brochures and things back, and we'll have the stuff that we can put in our businesses. And that way our customers can get it and get the word out.
Yeah, we'll bring the higher quantity next time, and
we have a little higher resolution on these next time around.
Right now we're working pretty much on donations. We're trying to not spend any of the money that's already been seed money from the city. We're trying to save all that for the actual construction of the project. So everything we're doing is, Herb has donated a terrific amount of his time, resources, money for all the printing and et cetera, and having things designed. So he's been a real asset to this whole effort. I sort of ended up being the spokesperson just because I was the one that sort of came up with the initial design or idea. But that's, well as it may be, it's really going to be a huge group effort, and without his help, we wouldn't be where we are.
Yeah, that's true. The whole idea is that, stress it to the group, is that we don't want to be using donation money, if possible, to go ahead and do these kind of things. People don't like their money going out on publications and articles and this kind of stuff. They want to see it on the ground and in the actual project. So we've taken that approach. Right now we have not used $1 of any of the money that people have donated or from the city. So, and that's what we want to do, is keep it down to nothing.
Is Pam Ament helping you on this project?
Pardon?
Yes.
I'll contact her and see how I can help
Yeah, we'll just
through there.
yeah.
Okay, I can work
In
with
fact, we
that.
gave them some credit yesterday for the fact that they
Sure did.
donated a couple of times.
Okay,
$1,000
good.
once and $100 another time, and There may be.
There
other
might be
companies.
something else we
Yeah.
can do. I'll shuffle through my friends.
Appreciate that a lot. The women's club's been very much the lead in this.
And we have letterhead now, so we can acknowledge these. We're sending out letters of appreciation and stuff like
That's
that.
okay,
It's
everybody
taken a little while to get
appreciates us.
things going. When you start looking at the whole project and things that you need to do, you have all these little things that need to be done, like letterhead and envelopes, PowerPoint, how you're gonna do this kind of stuff, website, and I'd just like to emphasize what Ernie said, please go up and look on the website. It is really, Larry Futel did a great job on that. It's a beautiful website. You'll enjoy looking at it.
We'll look forward to coming back in February.
Thank you very much for that presentation.
Thank you for giving us the time.
NRBBA is going to support you on this, and like I said, all our businesses will be more than happy to put flyers in and anything we can do to help you guys.
Terrific.
Appreciate that.
Thank you again.